subheading, young fifth graders, is mixed numbers. Mixed numbers and the number line. Mixed numbers and the number line. We have to write that down. Why do you suppose this 5 1/3 is called a mixed number? I know it's going to be a tough one. Why would you call this a mixed number? Because it is, Caleb? Well, yeah, but what does the word mean, mixed? Mixed means it's both got a whole number. Oh boy. It's got a whole number and it's mixed with a fraction. Hence the reason mixed number. Now, what does that look like? Because we're talking about those on number lines. Here's my number line. It starts at 0. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I were looking for the point that stands for 5 1/3 on a number line, where would I go first? First, you, Lexi, would find the, right, it's 5 whole units over, so I'm starting kind of right here. And then what fraction do I have left? A 1/3, which means I have to do what with this space between 5 and 6? I have to cut it into whatever that bottom number is, yeah. Whatever the denominator is, I have to cut it into 3 equal spaces. And then, where would the arrow, the slash, the dot go? The top number tells you how many spaces over it is. It is right here. This is your 5 1/3, which I'm sure you've done before, but you know, review is always good. It's not a bad thing. Here's what I have to caution you on. If they give you the number line, let's say this is 3, 4, 5, 6, and you have this, and it says, what is the arrow pointing at? What mixed number is the arrow pointing at? Get it nice and big here. Here's where you have to be careful, children. And I only say this because I see this happen all the time. Everybody's pretty good that they know that the whole number is 4. But what fraction do I have? Okay, the first thing you need to do is count the spaces. Because that's your bottom number. Don't count the little tick marks, and I'll show you why. If I count the spaces between 4 and 5, there is 1 space, 2 spaces, 3 spaces. There are 4 spaces. Sometimes, Sam, when you count the tick marks, you will go 1 tick mark, 2 tick mark, 3 tick mark, 4 tick marks, 5 tick marks, and that'll give you the wrong fraction because you're not cutting 4 and 5 into 5 equal spaces. You're only cutting it into 4 equal spaces. So you always count these segments or the spaces between the numbers, not the little tick marks. You could count the tick marks if you didn't count this first one. But people get confused and they start counting this is the first one up. 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. And then the arrow is how many over? 1 space, 2 space, 3 spaces over. This is 4 and 3/4. Everybody kind of happy with that? I don't think this is rocket science, but really what is? Let me give you one more. How about this one? What if I had a number line like this? And this was 1, and this is 2, and I have 1. My little arrow's pointing to this. What mixed number is this arrow pointing to? What mixed number is that arrow pointing to? I'll put big old hash marks here for these. is venturing on that one. I probably can make that bigger. I don't know if I can make it much bigger. Ooh.
Oh, alright.
What mixed number is that one pointing to? Two things that not. Just do that one. Evan? First of all, give me the whole number.
1.
I concur. Oh, no, don't do that.
Make it bigger.
Well, 1. And what fraction between 1 and 2? What fraction, Evan?
3 and
So it's 1 and.
oh,
3 what?
3.
It's kind of hard to count that high on the board.
9.
I believe you are right. 1 and, because this is 1 space, 2 space, 3 spaces, 4 spaces, 5 spaces, 6 spaces, 7 spaces, 8 spaces, 9 spaces. It is 3 out of 9 spaces over. Which, if we were simplifying that, 3/9 is the same as what fraction? Does anybody know?
1/3.
It is 1/3, but you don't have to know that because we haven't gotten to that yet. Any problems or questions?
No.
All right, you are good. You keep telling yourself that. Uh-oh.
Yeah.